Greetings, this is Dwayne from Christian Traders and CT Global, CTG now trading on the ForkDelta Exchange. I set out to create a video and then I realized that there's some guys far more clever than I who have created some really good instructional videos, and I'm going to be sharing a few of those with you. And right now we're going to learn how to use ForkDelta.
So first, if you want to go over to coinmarketcap.com, you can just go to the search bar in the top right hand corner and start typing in ForkDelta. You'll see it comes up here under exchanges. Just click that, and here you'll be able to see the breakdowns and all the statistics for the exchange ForkDelta. So here we have about 800,000 US dollars and about 100 Bitcoin being traded per day on ForkDelta. And here you can see a breakdown of the active markets, and everything is versus Ethereum. So ForkDelta is a open source, decentralized Ethereum and ERC20 cryptocurrency exchange. So to actually go to the exchange, you can click on this link here. And it does take a while to load. So once it does load, it should look something like this. And it does take a while to load, so if you just let that do its thing, let it load for a bit. Perfect, here we go. So this is what ForkDelta looks like. It's actually a fork from the EtherDelta exchange, if any of you remember that. It's basically the same thing as EtherDelta with a few more upgrades and security features. So this exchange is not like the other exchanges you're used to. It's not like KuCoin, it's not like Binance, it's not like Bittrex, and it's not like Coinbase. So there's actually no personal information collected to log in here. The only way to trade tokens on this exchange is to actually import your Ethereum wallet. So you can do that either via Ledger Nano S, or you can import it just based on the private keys and the address. So to sign into ForkDelta with your Ledger Nano S, you could just plug in your ledger, turn it on, and open the Ethereum app. On the Ledger Nano S, go to settings and turn on browser and contract modes. Refresh ForkDelta. Now, your Ledger Nano S address will appear in the account drop-down automatically with a green ledger box next to it. You can then from there deposit and withdraw, place orders, and trade and approve transactions using your Ledger Nano S. Okay, and let's say you didn't have an Ethereum address to import. All you had was a Coinbase address, and that's not able to be imported because you don't have the private keys. So what you would do there would you would just click this new account button, and basically you'd be able to generate a new Ethereum wallet address and get new private keys and a new wallet address. So once you do that, you could save these private keys, save this address, and that's going to be your new wallet from now on. So then you could send your Ethereum to this address here, the newly generated address, and then once it's deposited, you could go ahead and exchange that Ethereum for other ERC20 tokens that are listed here on the exchange. Okay guys, and once you have imported your wallet or sent Ethereum to the wallet that you have created, you'll see your Ethereum balance in the upper left hand corner here. This is where you'll be able to deposit Ethereum onto the exchange and begin trading. Also, a key to note, you can adjust the gas prices by clicking in this top right hand corner, clicking on gas price, and over here you can set the gas price in a range of between 0 and 99. I'd recommend somewhere between 40 and 60. So we're going to set it today at 50. And now we can go ahead and make that deposit of Ethereum into the wallet address here to begin trading. So I'm not going to deposit all my Ethereum, and for the reason being, you need to leave some Ethereum in the original wallet address that you've imported in order to cover the cost of gas for all of your transactions. So the transaction includes depositing, it includes withdrawing, and it includes any trade that you make. You're going to need to pay the gas fee to transact on the Ethereum network. So this is the fee that we basically adjusted earlier. So someone who's less advanced might not know what the gas fee is, or really what it even has to do with Ethereum trading in the beginning, in the first place. So just to give a little background on what gas is. Basically, it's what powers the Ethereum network, and it's payable in ETH and Ether. Ether, however you want to pronounce it. Basically, to do any transactions on this network, you have to pay the gas fee, and this is what makes the Ethereum token, the Ether token, the Ether token so valuable. Basically, if anyone wants to create decentralized apps on top of this network that make transactions happen, you're paying this gas fee. So there's this constant demand for gas for all these transactions occurring on the network. Which, actually, on just a side tangent here, if you go over to etherscan.io, you'll be able to track the amount of transactions that occur on the network. They have a nice little graph here. So this should almost correlate with the price, because the more transactions, the more gas is required. So speculation aside, I see a true Ethereum value determined based on the amount of transactions required. This is going to be the demand on the buy side of the token, basically in order to pay for the gas for these transactions. Okay, and just getting back into ForkDelta here. So you'd make this deposit amount. So I'm just doing 0.1. Okay, and now we have clicked our deposit, we got our amount, we tracked our transaction, we saw it successfully complete. Now we have an updated balance in this section here. This is going to be our tradable balance. So whatever amount that you chose to deposit is going to be the amount you can trade with. And part of our special review of ForkDelta today, we're actually going to trade the Crypto Live League token, the CLL. So this was the big news release today. ForkDelta just listed our very own token on their exchange. So now that you've created your account, now that you've got your Ethereum in here to trade, let's buy some CLL. So to find this token, I just do a Control F, and I want to just type in CLL. I'm going to hit enter, and it looks like here we are. We already have some volume. It looks like quite interesting. All right, that means someone out there might be selling or buying. Here's their tweet that they had earlier from ForkDelta announcing the listing of the CLL. Okay guys, so now we're going to go ahead and execute a trade. It's important to note, even though you see someone selling here, if you go down here and enter, like I just did a moment ago, to buy at that price for that amount and click the buy function, you're actually going to be placing a limit order. It's not going to execute in the market versus this sell order. So in order to do a market order or an aggressive order, just click where you want to buy, and then it will pop up and basically give you an explanation of what you're about to buy, the cost in Ethereum, and how many blocks are left in the order to expiration for this order. And if you want to buy, you just click the buy function, and there you go. You've just clicked. Error. Alright guys, so it is important to note, do not get frustrated. If you keep getting the error message, it might just be because you have a pending transaction on your wallet that you had imported. So this would include any pending deposit, any pending buy or sell order you had out there. You can't stack pending orders on top of each other, which is another good reason to increase your gas price. The higher the gas price, the more likely, the quicker your transaction will settle, and the less time you'll end up waiting for your pending transactions to settle on that wallet. So just hang in there, and just if you need to search your wallet on etherscan.io just to see if you have any pending transactions on it, that would be a great place to start. Otherwise, you're just going to sit on your hands for a bit here, wait for these transactions to settle, and continue with your trading. So important to note, if you enter a new order down here on the buy section or the sell section, that'll actually be a passive limit order that won't actually execute until someone executes into you. The only way to execute as a market in aggressive order is to click the function in which you wish to execute on. So in this case, I want to buy 100 CLL. I'm going to click the person selling 100 CLL at 35,000 Satoshi Ethereum here. So I'm going to click that. It's going to summarize exactly what I'm doing. I'm buying 100 CLL. It's going to cost me 0.003 Ethereum. And I'm going to have a 0 fee. So I'm going to buy. And here I go. I've created an order to buy, and I have a transaction ID here. If I copy this, I'll go over to Etherscan, and I will watch this go to success. And then I will have a CLL balance here. In order to get this back into my wallet, in which I initially imported into this ForkDelta site, I will then go to withdraw. I'll have a balance here, which will show my ForkDelta balance. I will be able to enter here the amount I'm going to withdraw, so this will be 100 since I'm withdrawing the 100 CLL. and I will click withdraw. It will give me another transaction ID in which I can follow until complete, and then I will be able to disconnect my wallet from this website, and I will be able to hold my CLL on my original wallet on my original Ledger Nano S. So that is how you use ForkDelta to buy any ERC20 token. That is how you use ForkDelta to buy CLL crypto.
A big shout out to the folks at CLL for creating this great tutorial. Be sure to visit us at christiantraders.com, ctglobalmedia.com. Call us toll free 833-464-6393, or drop an email to support@christiantraders.com. And we'll see you on the radio.